Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss in this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guests are Lamar and Ibrahim, and they're selling their SaaS business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show. How are you both doing today?
Doing pretty good, Craig.
Yeah, doing great.
How's everything with you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. And I'm looking forward to talking more about your business. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. It's a SaaS business in the digital media niche created in October 2013. The average monthly revenue for the business is $2,561, and it makes an average of $1,943 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 54574 to learn more about the business. Or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look at what's included in the sale. We have the domain including all site content and files, SOPs, an email list with 10,000 subscribers, and a Facebook account. Okay, Lamar and Ibrahim, now let's hear from you two. Can you tell us a little about your backgrounds in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, sure. I'm Ibrahim. Myself, originally, my background is an engineer, which for the past 4 years made a transition into entrepreneurial, where myself and Lamar have been focusing on building online businesses and selling them, at the same time identifying great ones out there and building them to scale them. Marketing is one of our strengths as well, so this has given us more of an advantage in this area here. So we're both entrepreneurs who try to identify new opportunities to get into in the online space, by way of providing marketing service, by way of building businesses and scaling them for sale, and also identifying good ones with potentials where we can actually buy, scale to sell. So that's a bit of my background with Lamar, but Lamar was also give his background.
Hello, yes, my name is Lamar, and very similar to Ibrahim, I started my journey in e-commerce, I would say about a little over 6 years now. And my original background, I come from a musician and singing background originally, and I got into entrepreneurship. First started on buying and selling on eBay and Amazon, and then led towards me starting my own stores and focusing on marketing and sales, grounding my skills in those areas. And very similar to what Ibrahim mentioned, one of the things we've been focusing on in the last few years is focusing on acquiring businesses, scaling them, and taking businesses to the next level, as well as even having some businesses that we keep for ourselves for long-term cash flow, etc. But mainly, I would say our skills more so specialize in the area of marketing and sales.
Excellent. And so did you acquire the site that we have for sale today?
Yes, we actually acquired the site.
That's right.
That's correct.
So how was it that you scaled the business when you first acquired it then?
Well, in regards to scaling this business when we first acquired it, one of the things is that we wanted to focus on scaling the business with Facebook ads. However, we never really got to that stage where we can actually focus the way we wanted to focus on the business as we intended before we acquired it. Hence why it hasn't really gone so much to a different level versus when we acquired it. It has improved, and we have improved some things on it. However, it could have, in the right hands, this business can go to a whole different level.
Yeah, and I guess we'll go into what you've done for this business in terms of marketing and the growth opportunities shortly. But as for the business structure and the model, how does it primarily make money?
So on our site, it's basically a paid membership, and it allows people to create a special or specific features on their website.
Gotcha. Yeah, and the business primarily makes money through your subscriptions, I guess. And you offer like monthly and annual subscriptions as well?
Yes, there's a monthly subscription, also has an annual subscription. So people have different options.
Gotcha. Okay. And when you've been acquiring businesses before, I know, and I think I heard you mention that you tried other business models. What attracted you to this SaaS business model in particular?
This business itself is something that we initially acquired from Empire Flipper. And obviously, we had a lot of great ideas for it. But like Limon said, we haven't actually had any time put into it. What actually attracted us about this business was the fact that it was a membership site and we were able to identify many areas in which it can be scaled to. And also the fact that many marketing channels was on tap and the business was actually growing organically of it on its own. And since acquiring it, we've seen that the business actually grows organically because we have had zero input in terms of marketing on the business, except for recently when we tested a Facebook ad for a few days, which did pretty well actually, but we didn't continue. Business still grows organically of its own. But yeah, this was one of the things that actually attracted us in terms of on the business. The fact that it was growing organically on its own, and also the fact that a number of marketing channels was untapped and the business was still doing well.
Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you've acquired the business, you kept hold of it. How come is it that you're selling it right now then?
See, the reason why we're selling it, like I mentioned previously, what myself and Lamar do, we build businesses from scratch, scale them to sell, and also obviously for cash flow purpose. We also identify what some with potential, buy them. We have a number of businesses that we're currently focusing on, and we're trying to narrow our attention because some of the major ones that we have really require attention. Obviously, they're really performing very, very well, and we're trying to narrow our attention. And in order to do so, we have to eliminate certain distractions. And we feel that we haven't done just to the business since we acquired it. Hence, we've decided to actually let go of it and to place it in the hands of the right person who is willing to actually take this business to the level it deserves.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you mentioned that when you first acquired the business, you identified a lot of growth opportunities, untapped marketing channels. Could you just tell us a little about those?
Yeah, I mean, great opportunities such as Facebook marketing was untapped, Instagram, YouTube, again, Google, affiliate marketing, in terms of, again, affiliates who will be able to subscribe to promote the business and earn some commission. All these areas was untapped. As I mentioned previously, the business actually grows organically of its own on a month-to-month basis. And ever since acquiring, we've literally done zero marketing. As a matter of fact, we've just been benefiting from the cash flow on a month-to-month basis, just like the previous owner was doing. Of course, he built it and he enjoyed it for some time and then decided to sell it. But we've pretty much done the same, even though that wasn't the intent. And we just feel that, it's time to give it to the right person to take it to the next level where it deserves to be. So yeah, and also another point, the software itself, we're able to identify how we can actually improve it. Looking at some of the competitors out there and some of the things they're doing and where we saw, okay, the platform is not doing, even though it is growing, and saw the potential of what some of the competitors and the number of subscribers that they have and the level of traffic that we're actually getting. Some of these competitors out there, and we realized that, well, if we actually able to push this business to this level, make few changes to the software, few improvement, add this feature and that feature and whatnot, we can actually get to this level. And with a good level of marketing, we can actually take this business to a whole new level. I don't know how many X, but yeah, a lot X.
Absolutely, yeah. So it sounds like the potential is there in this business. It just hasn't been tapped yet by the previous owner and yourselves not having the time to do that. And you mentioned about the traffic. Where does the majority of the traffic come from?
Majority of the traffic is organic. Literally, we've done no marketing on it. So majority of the traffic is organic.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be organic search, I'd imagine. And I guess you would have a lot of content on the site that drives that traffic.
Yes, the previous owner did some sort of work on this. And to be honest, having a site, we haven't actually done nothing. So we know that one thing we discovered recently is this site was also being promoted on another platform where that platform was offering a course for people who want to become developers or people who want to design a platform, websites. So again, it makes sense being on that platform, being promoted. One thing we realized on a monthly basis, we gain a certain number of subscribers, from that platform as well, because obviously whoever take that course and want to build a website, whatever it is, this platform here that we have, the software, is promoted to them to use it. So that's one thing that we realize that, okay, there's a source of traffic coming from this platform as well. we believe. There's quite a few of them. But yeah, majority of the traffic is organic. On a monthly basis, we get a certain number of subscribers organically without any marketing. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah, it's because the previous owner put that in place, and good to know that you've got that other channel driving in traffic as well. I'm looking on your listing page, I'm seeing that the brand has like a consistent customer base, low churn rate. So it seems that the software is of quality, that the customers are happy with the software. Would that be about right?
Yes, very, very much. We call a joke that myself and Limar makes. Sometimes we call this business a printing machine as compared to all our other business that we have because it requires less effort to actually make money from it. It requires less effort in terms of the customer support. Even without no marketing, it's still making money. So that's the benefit of this business. Some of the benefits actually.
And about that effort that's put into the business, what is the sort of day-to-day work maintenance that you do on this business?
So we have a tech support person who is dedicated in giving a customer support service, and pretty much it's just about answering emails, answering customer queries. It's very rare you actually getting queries every day, very rare. But maybe you might get one or two, but he's just there available. I'll say it's about 2 hours you spend on this business in a week. 2 hours in a week, even 2 hours, I believe, is a lot, basically. But yeah, we have a dedicated person who actually deals with the customers when they do ask questions, whenever they ask questions, basically. And we've also created a guide that makes it easy for them to refer to be able to solve any problem that they have as well. There, myself, obviously, and Lamar being the owners of this business, there's nothing we do basically on this business because we have somebody who deals with the tech support, meaning he deals with the questions that any customer or subscriber may have and try to help them out. But it's not every day, trying to deal with customers. You get one or two queries in a week, but other than that, he handles that, so we don't do nothing. The only time I think we'll be required to really do something, I actually got involved in trying to really do something was when we wanted to improve it, add one or two features to it. Recently we did that and we actually got him to, because he has a bit of he's also a developer, has a development background. We got him to make a few changes, create a few templates here and there to improve some of the things on the website. But the major changes to the website, which require major development or adding certain features or whatever, then we haven't actually done that because we haven't actually had the time to actually do that.
Yeah, so at the moment, the way you have the maintenance set up, you have the support agent and the developers in there too, sort of if there's any bugs or any feature additions. So I guess that's an opportunity for a buyer to come in if they have that developer contact to have them help out with the business growth and further maintenance. So yeah, about the new owner coming on, what do you think are the main skills or requirements they need to have to be able to be successful with this business?
I wouldn't say there isn't any skill required because I'm not a developer. My background is not a developer. Yeah, I'm just a typical entrepreneur. In terms of marketing, I wouldn't say they need marketing skills, but I'll say they need the eye to identify how they can improve a product and how they can market it, but ways in which they can actually drive traffic to a platform. It doesn't necessarily have to be them actually doing it. It's by way of identifying the ways and getting a marketing company to do it. You can always outsource that side of things. But yeah, they just have to have the interest for SaaS-based business, basically, and have the eye to be able to identify how they can actually improve the product against their competitors or improve it to the standard of some of their best competitors or, yeah, basically, to make their product different from, their competitors, basically. At the same time, of course, bringing it to a better level or standard than it currently is.
Yeah, so the business is sort of established. It's earning very consistently if you look at the earnings history. So I guess the buyer needs to just have the skills to be able to take it to the next level, as you say. And what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Risk-wise, I can't think of any risk. Obviously, not saying there's no risk. There's risk in any business. I would love to say, obviously, acquiring the business and then Of course, losing revenue start going down, but this is something that's never happened to us when we acquired it. And we've had this business for a while, since 2019, and we haven't actually experienced this even till now. So I don't see that being a risk itself. Yeah, I can't think of any risk, and I'm not saying there isn't any risk. Maybe I just can't identify them enough.
Yeah, I guess the usual risks of software becoming obsolete with changes in the market or something like that. Any external changes impacting the business. That's yeah, you could say by the history of revenue, it's earning quite well. So excellent stuff. Overall, then, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Well, it's worth buying because number one, it has a lot of potential, in terms of improvement of the software. It can really be improved if you actually do a research of the competitors and see the number of traffic that they actually have on their platforms and see the features, obviously how the differences between us and them in terms of obviously the software and the features they have, which obviously this platform doesn't have them. So some of these features can actually be incorporated to bring it to a good level of standard, at the same time standing out from the competitors. Also, in terms of marketing, so in terms of the improvement, you can actually, by doing so, you can actually get more subscribers. And in terms of marketing, again, a lot of marketing channels haven't been tapped into. That was our initial plan, and unfortunately, we were not able to actually do that due to time not being on our side. So marketing itself, it hasn't been tapped into. A lot of marketing channels haven't been tapped into, and the business grows organically. So again, there's a huge potential on the growth. And in terms of growth wise, on the marketing side, Facebook marketing hasn't been tapped into. Google nor YouTube marketing hasn't been tapped into. So affiliate marketing hasn't been tapped into. So there's many different marketing. SEO itself can improve a lot. Again, there's many different email marketing. That's another one. We haven't done no email marketing. Those subscribers that we haven't actually done no email marketing on them. That's another area that haven't been tapped into. So a lot of marketing channels haven't been tapped into. So there's a huge potential here. With the new owner making an improvement to the platform, right? If they make improvement to the platform, they can actually tap into these marketing channels whereby they can grow on a very huge level. They can grow, I don't know how many X, but taking it from this, they can easily grow to, I don't know, 20X or whatever X amount. It's a numbers game, basically. And yeah, if you improve the product, even as it is now, even if you do some of these marketing, you should still get a really good, decent amount of traffic and subscribers, because we did a Facebook for a few days not long ago, and it did really well, actually. So again, marketing is another one that hasn't been tapped into. And a third point is that the business itself, without little effort, the only effort required is somebody being present where they're able to answer the questions whenever they message. And you don't get messages every day. So you get about 1 to 2 messages on a weekly, as far as I know. But you don't need more than 2 hours on a week on this business. So again, if a person has a development background and they're more technical, then they can deal with it. But if they don't have a development background, then they can always hire somebody to do it, to be present and deal with these queries whenever they come in. And obviously how the platform is done, a guide is created where you can always refer the customers back to the guide, where they can actually find a solution to the problem and follow the steps to actually fix them. So again, it requires less work to actually run this site. That's the third point. And the fourth point, the site itself grows organically and on a monthly basis without any effort. You, the owner, with little effort, only if you're doing the technical support. But if you're not doing it, you make money from this site with no effort. Just like the previous owner did, and just like we actually have been doing since acquiring the site. So that's the fourth point I've got to mention on this. So this is why I think this site itself, yeah, it's a gold mine. It's a gold mine for the new owner, and I wish them best of luck. Unfortunately, we were not able to actually dedicate that time to do it, and we just want to give it to the right person that can actually see that vision and is able to take it to the next level.
Yeah, great points about the email list and your small success with the Facebook ads as well. That's certainly good for a potential buyer to know where the opportunities are. So great stuff then. Regarding the sale of this business, would you commit to a non-compete?
Yeah, we will commit to a non-compete. That's fine.
And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
Yeah, that's right.
And are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No, the earnout is not an option on this platform. Earnout is not an option, not at all. It has to be upfront.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
One thing I would like to mention, when we were purchasing the site from the previous owner, an Empire Flipper, there was a lot of potential buyers who actually wanted to snatch this. So as a matter of fact, we tried to negotiate, but we realized negotiating wasn't even an option for us in trying to negotiate for a lesser price or an earn out, because literally there were other buyers who really wanted to snatch the site for the price that was stated on Empire Flipper without negotiating. So we kind of had to get in the door as quickly as we could, so we don't actually lose the opportunity. And honestly speaking, we haven't regretted, ever since purchasing the site, because it's been a great benefit to us. But it's just sad and unfortunate that we have to let it go in order to obviously focus on what we're trying, the major projects that we have, which we're trying to focus on basically.
Brilliant. Well, Lamar had to attend to other urgent matters. That's why we haven't heard from him for a while. But thank you very much for your time, Ibrahim. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you very much, Craig. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 54574. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.